I was invited to be part of the film crew that was photographing Hope, the first female panda that was being sent back to the wild. And I wanted to be empathetic to her. Look at her, she looks scared, leaving home forever. So I dressed up as a tree so Hope wouldn't see me. And the head of the program, Dr. Zhang Hemin, also affectionately called Papa Panda, saw me in this tree costume and came up, gave me a hug and said, "You are gonna get to hold 2 baby pandas. Thank you for thinking about Hope." President Obama, he only held 1. So not only did I get to hold 2 baby pandas, I got to see their whole bumper crop of babies laid out. And I knew then that I had my in. I wanted to do a story for National Geographic. So immediately I went back to the magazine and said, I have access to this incredible story. And guess what? National Geographic said, no, thank you. We did a story 8 years ago. And in National Geographic time, 8 years is like yesterday. So I had to convince them. That was really my job as a journalist, is convincing them how I was going to make this story special and different. And so I read everything I could about pandas. This is Zhang Hemin with all the babies. But I literally read so much, started to just feel like I was thinking like a panda bear. And what I discovered was so fascinating. These bears, which we see everywhere now, they're almost like turned into a kind of a clownish toy figure. They're actually these mythical, ancient species that have been around the planet for 8 million years. And if you can imagine, the first one was captured alive only in 1936. Not that long. They were so elusive, they would hide up in these thick bamboo forests away from humanity, and nobody knew very few people knew they even existed for a long time. And this is what they look like when they're born: tiny, blind, helpless, 1/900th the size of their mother, and then they grow like little bamboo shoots before your eyes. They're one of the fastest growing mammals on the planet. They're adorable, right? They smell like little wet puppy dogs, if you're wondering. But the best part of this story is not that they're just being bred in captivity so that they, are basically can survive extinction in captivity if they go extinct in the wild. The greatest thing that's happening here in China is that they're releasing them back into the wild. And so part of this means that the pandas should never be comfortable around humanity, which means all of us, the scientists, the keepers, even myself, had to dress up in these panda costumes so they never would become comfortable with us. And as we all know, pandas go by scent, not sight. So these costumes were also scented with panda urine. And the amazing thing about this story, though, is that the panda has actually been delisted on the endangered species list. China is performing a minor miracle. And the biggest issue is habitat. Habitat is the most important thing all over the planet. How are we going to create space for all these wild animals to coexist with us? And, I think that nature is incredibly resilient if we give it a chance. But for me, the big question is, we can save pandas, but we also have to save all the endangered species, all the animals, and all of us, ultimately. So I just want to end with, this idea that in a world of 7 billion people, what are you going to do? How are you going to change your own life, your own communities, and use your creativity to make an impact for a world where we can all coexist? And I believe that it first starts with falling in love, because if we fall in love, then we care. And if we care, we have the courage and creativity to dream of a world, a world we all want to live in, and for our children too. So thank you so much.